Have you ever wondered what would happen if two of the Middle East's most formidable powers went to war? Tensions between Iran and Israel have been simmering for decades, but recent events have pushed them closer to the brink than ever before. Some analysts are now pointing to 2026 as a potential flashpoint. So, what would a war between Iran and Israel actually look like? Who would have the upper hand? Today, we were diving deep into the military capabilities of both nations to understand the potential scale and consequences of such a conflict. Let's start by looking at the numbers. On the surface, Iran appears to have a significant advantage in sheer manpower. With a military budget of around $25 billion, Iran boasts over 610,000 active military personnel and another 350,000 in reserve. That's nearly 1 million soldiers they could potentially mobilize. In contrast, Israel's defense budget is slightly higher, at about $27.5 billion, but its active personnel number around 170,000, with 465,000 in reserve. While Iran has the largest standing army, Israel's forces are known for their high level of training, technological sophistication, and combat experience. It's a classic case of quantity versus quality, and in modern warfare, technology and training often prove to be the decisive factors. When we talk about modern warfare, air superiority is absolutely critical. This is where Israel holds a clear and decisive advantage. The Israeli Air Force is widely considered one of the best in the world, equipped with cutting-edge American-made aircraft. Their fleet includes the F-35 Lightning II, the most advanced stealth fighter jet on the planet, alongside formidable F-15s and F-16s. These jets are equipped with state-of-the-art avionics and weapon systems, giving Israel the ability to conduct deep strike missions with a high degree of precision and stealth. This allows them to hit strategic targets far inside enemy territory while minimizing their own losses. Iran's Air Force, on the other hand, tells a different story. It's a mix of aging American jets from before the 1979 revolution, like the F-14 Tomcat and F-4 Phantom, supplemented by Russian and Chinese aircraft such as the MiG-29 and the J-7. While their pilots are skilled, their fleet is technologically outmatched. Iran has been working hard to modernize, developing its own domestic aircraft and acquiring new planes from allies. However, closing the technological gap with Israel's Air Force is a monumental challenge. In any direct aerial confrontation, Israel's F-35s and F-15s would likely dominate the skies, giving them control of the air and a massive strategic advantage. But air power isn't the whole story. Iran has invested heavily in a different kind of weapon, missiles. This is where the strategic balance shifts dramatically. Iran has developed a massive and diverse arsenal of ballistic and cruise missiles, making it a regional missile superpower. They possess short, medium, and long-range missiles capable of hitting any target within Israel. Their Fate 110 and Zulfiqar missiles are highly accurate short-range ballistic missiles, while their Shahab and Sajal series can travel thousands of kilometers. This missile capability is Iran's primary deterrent and its main tool for projecting power. They could launch waves of missiles targeting Israeli cities, military bases, and critical infrastructure, potentially overwhelming Israel's air defense systems. To counter this threat, Israel has developed one of the most sophisticated multi-layered air defense systems in the world. At the forefront is the famous Iron Dome, designed to intercept short-range rockets and artillery shells. For medium-range threats, they have David Sling, and for long-range ballistic missiles, there's the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 system, which can even intercept threats outside the Earth's atmosphere. This defense shield is impressive, but it's not impenetrable. A massive coordinated missile barrage from Iran and its proxies could saturate the system, meaning some missiles would inevitably get through, causing significant damage and casualties. The missile versus missile defense dynamic would be a central and brutal feature of any conflict. A direct war between Iran and Israel wouldn't happen in a vacuum. Geopolitics and alliances would play a crucial role. Israel's most important ally is, without a doubt, the United States. The US provides Israel with billions in military aid, advanced technology, and a powerful diplomatic shield. In a major conflict, American logistical support, intelligence, and even direct military intervention would be a game changer. The US has military bases scattered across the Middle East, giving it the ability to project power and support its allies very quickly. Israel has also been building stronger ties with several Gulf Arab states, like the UAE and Bahrain, who share a common concern about Iran's regional ambitions. These countries might not join the fight directly, but they could provide logistical support or intelligence. Iran also has its own network of allies and proxies, often referred to as the axis of resistance. This network is a cornerstone of Iran's defense strategy, allowing it to wage asymmetric warfare and challenge its adversaries across the region without engaging in a direct conventional war. The most powerful of these groups is Hezbollah in Lebanon, which possesses an estimated 150,000 rockets and missiles aimed at Israel. There are also powerful pro-Iranian militias in Syria and Iraq, as well as the Houthis in Yemen. In the event of a war, Iran could activate this entire network, opening up multiple fronts against Israel simultaneously. A missile attack from Iran could be coordinated with a massive rocket barrage from Hezbollah in the north and attacks from other proxies in the region. This multi-front scenario is Israel's worst nightmare and something its military planners have been preparing for years. The involvement of these proxies would dramatically expand the conflict, turning it into a regional catastrophe. So, what would an actual war look like? It would likely not start with a traditional ground invasion. Iran and Israel don't share a border, making a large-scale land war difficult. Instead, the conflict would likely begin with a series of devastating air and missile strikes. Israel would use its superior air force to target Iran's nuclear facilities, missile launch sites, command centers, and key economic infrastructure like oil refineries. The goal would be to cripple Iran's ability to wage war and retaliate effectively. Iran, in response, would unleash its massive missile arsenal. They would target Israeli cities, military bases, and strategic assets like airports and power plants. The goal would be to inflict mass casualties, create panic, and overwhelm Israel's defense systems. Simultaneously, Iran's proxies, especially Hezbollah, would launch their own attacks, forcing Israel to fight on multiple fronts. The human cost would be immense. Israeli cities would face a level of bombardment they have never experienced before. The psychological impact of constant air raid sirens and missile impacts would be terrifying for the civilian population. In Iran, Israeli airstrikes would cause widespread destruction. Even with precision munitions, civilian casualties would be unavoidable, especially if targets are located in or near populated areas. The conflict would also have devastating economic consequences. Attacks on oil facilities in Iran and shipping in the Persian Gulf could disrupt global energy supplies, causing oil prices to skyrocket and triggering a global economic crisis. The entire Middle East could be destabilized, leading to new waves of refugees and creating a breeding ground for extremist groups. So, who would win? A war between Iran and Israel would have no clear winner. Both sides would suffer catastrophic losses. Israel, with its technological superiority and American backing, would likely inflict more damage on Iran's military and strategic infrastructure. They might succeed in setting back Iran's nuclear program or degrading its missile capabilities. However, they wouldn't be able to conquer Iran or force a regime change. The cost in Israeli lives and the damage to their economy would be staggering. Iran, despite suffering immense destruction, would likely survive. Its regime could even use the conflict to rally popular support against a foreign aggressor. Its proxy network would remain a persistent threat. Ultimately, a war would be a lose-lose situation. The very real possibility of such a devastating conflict is why diplomacy and de-escalation are so critical. The international community, led by major world powers, has a vital role to play in mediating tensions and finding peaceful solutions. The potential consequences of a 2026 war are too horrific to contemplate. It wouldn't just be a war between two countries, it would be a regional firestorm with global repercussions. Understanding the military balance and the strategic thinking of both sides is crucial, not to glorify war, but to appreciate just how high the stakes are and why every effort must be made to prevent it. Thank you for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into global affairs.